everybody, and welcome back to the University of Idaho Esports program. Tonight, University of Idaho will be going against Texas A&M University of San Antonio for Rainbow Six. It's going to be super exciting. This is the one of the last couple of games we have before playoffs qualifier.
Yep, we're going against, I believe the acronym for their team is TAMUSA, I think.
TAMUSA?
I think so. TAMUSA. Texas A&M University of San Antonio. Yes, TAMUSA.
The most even and easiest thing to say within the entire world, TAMUSA.
Honestly, yeah, it's pretty up there.
But it sounds like we're going to have what it sounds like a pretty easy win from what I'm aware. But I won't say anything about that. We do have our suspicions. But we have no concrete proof. But I'm excited to see what the players pull out tonight. If they can keep this win streak going, it would be really nice to see them go to playoffs.
I think we will not be getting an easy anything in this because I pull up the stats of the players anytime I get the chance to do some research prior to these matches. Texas A&M has some very interesting lineups for their players. They have a pretty solid composition, and their teammates have a pretty good lineup of operators for their teamwork. In terms of rank has kind of been a hard thing to discern because it's been the start of a season, so everything is a little wonky at the moment. One or two of their players are bronze or gold, but I think that's just because of the new season. So I'm not really paying too much attention to that. So
to count on to your point, I should specify. I don't mean like as an easy one. I mean I am very optimistic and hoping for a win, and as such, it's just going to naturally manifest. I have that power. Nobody can stop me. But it seems as if we're already starting to get into this, going into the ban phase.
Okay, so starting off, I have a concern.
Is it going to be Monty?
We don't have a Monty ban, and that scares me. One of their
part
players.
Of your research you did share about them having a terrifying Monty player.
Yes, one of their players has a pretty good Monty stat, which is kind of terrifying. Regardless of rank, if you have someone who's a good Monty player, that can change everything.
Single-handedly win games, and they banned Mira. Oh no.
But the Jackal is pretty standard. If you main Jackal, you're kind of just screwed because he is permabanned almost every single round that I see.
It's because he's just too good. His utility is fantastic. His guns are great, and he has high mobility.
Yeah, he's got good mobility. He has really fantastic weapons, and his ability is just, you've been spotted for the next, 15 seconds, and it is...
And you cannot escape.
No, you cannot. Maverick is an interesting one. I didn't expect to see a Maverick ban. Azami I did expect to see, and Mira I did expect to see.
Azami has been pretty prominent throughout the entirety of this
Attackers
series.
need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Has it been almost every match?
No. So we initially started off with Azami being one of our main operators for our team, and I think it's just been something that people have started to realize just how powerful Azami is with our lineup. If you saw, she's incredibly useful. The ability to make spontaneous cover is a very, very good ability. I think it was, I don't remember exactly who it was against, but we did have a match in Cafe Dostoevsky where on the third floor, Azami was an absolute menace, creating a bunch of different cover that she could bounce between in Piano Room. And that was I think it might have been Buffalo. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, that was a absolute terror for the attacking team. So seeing Azami get banned is
perfectly understandable,
yeah,
and even expected now after how much is being played.
Yeah, and then Mira is just Mira, so I am not surprised to see that ban whatsoever.
I feel like there's just not enough bans to keep up with the amount of champions that are coming out. Well,
yeah.
Sorry, operators, rather.
And pretty early into the round, we already have Man at 20 HP. I think he got a stray bullet from one of the attacking team. I think it was Rookie 10.
Rookie 10 did manage to get a little peek shot off.
Yeah. I did not get any stat info from Rookie 10 or Palicona, so it will be interesting to see what they bring to the table.
Rogue elements.
Yes. Man is in a bit of danger here with only 20 HP, and it seems like he's got a bit of company.
20 HP in a dream is all you need.
Yep, 19 more than you need.
It's 19 points, not more than.
So we have IQ, Habana, Ash, Fuse, and Zofia, and we are seeing a hasty push from Marky, trying to put some pressure onto the attackers here. Everyone's kind of floating around, trying to get that foothold.
Something that the Vandals have been very good about this season is being able to stall for as much time as they can get. With a beautiful headshot by Marky, leaving first blood in the hands of the Vandals, quickly taken back by
Is it Reddick or Redicenic? I don't know how to pronounce that name exactly. I'm just going to call him Reddy.
Ready.
I don't think I've seen the Vandals play this map in ranked before, or in competitive. Have we seen them play this map
Scanning
before?
for electronic devices.
We have seen this map
Located a bomb.
only once, actually, and it was, what was the team? It was, I want to say 2 weeks ago.
Because I don't think this is our pick. If it is, then I am sorely mistaken. Redicenic taken out by Icy.
Nice footwork in play. He spaced that quite well.
Impact
Rookie
ready.
10 takes man.
Move out.
I've noticed that the Vandals have gotten substantially better at doing those quick jiggle peeks. I don't know what it is, but I feel like in the last 2 matches or so, they've gotten a lot faster, but not fast enough as Rookie 10 gets that quick flick on Aquino, but Chan quickly gets that retaliation.
I would agree with you, especially after last week in general. They were forced to improve in a lot of ways throughout the entirety
10
of the
seconds
match.
left.
I can't say I can't remember the
Attacker's
person
bomb
off the top
diffuser
of my
has
head,
been dropped.
but one
5
of the
seconds
players
left.
from last week that we were going up against was single-handedly a monster in like 90% of the circumstances. The Vandals did that very quickly.
Yeah. And the Vandals will take the first round for their own. And Texas A&M, they took a little while to get into the building, and I think that's where they had a pretty big pitfall. They took so long to get down into sight that once they actually had control of any kind of territory, it was just too late. They had to really stress to get that diffuser down.
They didn't have time to plant. They didn't have time to peek corners. They just had to go for the play, otherwise it was a guaranteed loss.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as
And
they
now we're
can.
going to see a classical spot here up in CCTV and in, I think it's just called Money Room.
Bomb located by attackers.
Cash room,
Yeah, Money Room, Cash Room. There's a couple different names for it.
The dollar bills, y'all room.
The Cash Money Room.
Flex on your great grandpa. They somehow got out of the room.
But let's see. So for our lineup, we have Cade, Bandit, Fenrir, Castle, and Bandit. A lot of anti-utility.
10 seconds to insertion.
3 anti-utility and 2 area denial.
5 seconds left.
I'm wondering what the synergy here is going to be like.
I think
Attackers
the
are
synergy
heading
is,
out to
hey,
defuse
we
a
see
bomb.
that the enemy team has all these utility we need to be careful of. If we can just buy time and get our gadgets set up, we can make it so that it's harder for them to initially reach the area and then force them through this one area that they kind of have to go because there's just too much defense otherwise.
Yeah. I will admit I haven't seen Fenrir being played to his full ability in a very long time.
He has been played a couple of matches, but it feels like his smoke is used more of as a distraction than anything else.
Yeah, like every time this is just in my experience, every time I meet a Fenrir in any kind of match, I always feel like he's not using his gadget to its fullest potential. So I'm hoping we can see from Icy a good example of how to play Fenrir effectively and use his gadget to the maximum effect.
Interesting strategy, placing 3 batteries in the same spot.
So he's bandit tricking right now. So bandit tricking is a really hard to pull off, but one of the best ways to prevent the Thatcher Thermite combo. So you see Thatcher is up on the roof and he's throwing down those EMP grenades, and it disables his batteries for a short amount of time. Then Thatcher will come in and put up his
breach charge.
Yeah, his breach charge. Because the batteries are under the EMP charge, he's able to do that. But bandit tricking is picking up those batteries and placing them back down so that they refresh faster than the thermite charge can go off.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's smart.
So it's to have a teammate that can properly do a bandit trick is a massive tool in your back pocket and something that every team should have.
Because doing something like that can single-handedly ruin an opponent. And just like the previous game, it seems like A&M is really, really struggling to even enter the building yet.
And with thermite, or honestly any operator that can open reinforced walls, if an attacking team can get a reinforced wall open, that changes the power balance so much because now you have an angle that the defending team isn't accounting for. Unless you have a team...
If it's the right angle, there's nothing you can do about it.
So like 70% of the time, if an attacking team can get one of those crucial reinforced walls off, then I would say that the overall power balance is going to be in those attacking teams' favor. Just because they now control way more of sight, they control way more of the sight lines, and
new pick angle is going to be really, really useful.
Now you're putting the defenders back on their back foot, and we see the Vandals take out their next... Sorry, words are not working.
They got a flawless round against A&M when we were talking about breach charges.
Yeah, Chan taking the top of the leaderboard with 3-0. And Rookie 10 proving to be the top fragger for Tamusa.
So you had questioned what their strategy was, and I think we just saw it. You're not allowed to even enter the building.
Yeah. The two electrifying. So Cade, you saw Cade went down into garage and electrified the garage doors, which forced them into two entrances. Either you go where the stairs are, or you come in through the front door, and that's a death sentence.
Attackers need to locate and
defuse someone is always holding that angle.
Yeah, it's like that's Siege 101 is holding that angle.
Because that is probably the most vulnerable area, but also the quickest to access the site.
Yeah, and there's so much space that even if you do get in there, you now have to fight for every inch and not get shot. So if you got to win that gunfight, and you automatically are at a disadvantage because you have low ground.
Bomb located by
and on top of that,
attackers.
you don't even get full sight before your opponent does, in addition to low ground.
Yeah.
Which is just terrible, terrible circumstances.
Okay, I think I'm starting to see the strategy that the Vandals have here. So we have Castle and Fenrir that are holding the inner sight. Fenrir is putting his gas inside of sight and waiting for that kind of worst case scenario of if someone does get in.
This
Meanwhile,
will be the last line of defense.
Yeah. Castle is putting his barricades on the doors and windows that directly lead into sight. And so, like, you can see, like, right there, that where Zofia actually just blew up, wasted a utility of getting rid of that. And so the defenders can make use of the different windows. Like, you see Marky right there on that window. He's waiting for probably a camera or some kind of ping. Oh, okay, yeah, he is on first floor.
Yeah, he's not quite at the
I thought he was on second floor.
He opened up the hatch.
Yeah, and it looks like they Tamusa was able to get into a hallway there by breaking open that reinforced door. Ooh, does he see him?
They both see each other. It looks like they're starting to back out. The Vandals kind of have an advantage here because they just get to play for time. They don't have to necessarily play for HP.
Yep, and another thermite charge gets blown here, giving it direct access into construction.
Yeah, I'm sorry, not into site, into construction, which will give Atlas a kill.
And so we're having a bit. So here's the Vandals are in a bit of a tough spot here. So we have the Tamusa team are split into two different fronts. We have one team that's coming in from construction, and one team that's coming in from these windows and from hallway. So the Vandals are kind of pinned down, and I think they're doing the smart thing, and they're trying to play time and just deny entry.
Which does make sense. The thing that's really working out in Tamusa's favor here in the circumstances, they're just circling around for all these different angles to look for, and it's getting them a couple of
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
What's the word I'm thinking of?
Oh, you see the cap.
Not aware.
Oh, Icy is
Attackers bomb
down,
diffuser has been
but
dropped.
Aquino takes out Reticenic.
It is possible to get Icy back in this fight. He is in a terrible position to be revived.
Yeah, he would have to go over through. Ooh, Nova
with
takes out
Aquino
Aquino. This is not looking good for the Vandals. It is all up to Chan, but he takes out Palicona. Has to waste his C4 getting into sight. That's the downside of having a castle, is that it can go both ways.
Seconds remaining.
He just has to play time.
Trying his best to
10
fight
seconds remaining.
everywhere he can.
Rookie 10 manages to find Chan. That was a
valiant
tough
attempt.
battle.
Honestly, I don't think he could have played it any better under those circumstances.
No.
He couldn't crouch to the floor to dodge bullets. The bottom of the floor was blown away. He had one person coming in from hallway. He had two watching him from sight.
Yeah.
It was
But
a
now-
suicide rush.
Now with looking back on that round, remember what I said about having someone who can bandit trick really well? Imagine how differently that round would have gotten if the enemy team didn't get those reinforced walls broken. How much harder would it
that
have
thermite
been?
charge was really, really important for them getting onto site.
Yeah. Tamusa just started opening up every possible angle
Defenders,
that they could
protect
get
your
their
bombs
hands
from
on,
being defused
and
by
that
attackers.
created such stress on the Vandals that I think it kind of disoriented
Forced
them
to
enough.
break.
Yeah, because when you're at this level of skill, and like I think almost all of the players here today in this match are in the top at least 3%
Bomb located
of
by
not
Rainbow
attackers.
Six player, if not higher. I know one or two of the players, one from our team and one from the opponent team, are in like top 0.5% or something ridiculous. And when you're at that kind of skill level, you're the 0.3 or 0.05 second difference.
10
It's
seconds
all about
remaining.
reaction time. And if you just have, like, if you have to cover 2 angles, the time it
seconds
takes
to
from
insertion.
your mouse to go from one side of the mouse pad to the other could be
Attackers
the
are
difference
moving to
between
defuse the
whether
bomb.
you win or lose a round. And so
It
opening up
also takes
those,
one mistake in these high levels of risk.
yeah. Yeah, so creating those extra sight lines is just adding more for the defending team to cover. Ooh, I'm really excited. Okay, we have a Deimos in here. Deimos is such a gambling character, and I love him. Are you aware what
Yeah.
Deimos' ability does?
I'm not aware of Deimos, but I will say this. Actually, I won't say that. Don't gamble, kids.
So Deimos is a very interesting character. He's one of the newest, I think he is the newest attacker in Rainbow Six, and his ability is if you scan an opponent and you learn their identity, like you can see on the side of his HUD right there, he has those 4 different profiles.
Can he take the abilities of other people?
No, he has a drone that reveals their location, but also reveals his location. While you're in this kind of compelled duel, if you will, Deimos can only use his revolver. His revolver is a very high damaging weapon that has very little recoil, but you only get 6 shots. So it's a bit of a gamble where you have to be really confident in your gunplay. But it
if
is
you
terrifying.
are, it's high performance.
Yes.
That is a fascinating mechanic. I could see why you like him, because I also like him.
Yeah.
That sounds fascinating.
I am trying to get better at playing him, but I suck with aim and I suck with pistols. That is just my downfall.
Like, out of all the games for pistols, Rainbow Six is probably one of the most satisfying ones. For pistol
Oh
play.
yes, absolutely. To get that one tap from across the map with a revolver,
Oh, the feeling
so good.
is almost like no other.
Yeah. And we are seeing more or less the same strategy from the Vandals down here. We have some verticality happening in the kitchen. We have Reticenic coming down the stairs, and it's going to find Chan, get in the toes there.
Dan was trying to get Atlas after he did his little pre-fire. But it looks like Marky is going to get right.
What is that Womai setup?
It is the most optimal Wamai setup. How could you even dare question it? But seriously, what are you doing?
I will question it. Unless they changed how it functions, to my knowledge.
They have not.
Okay, they have not, because to my knowledge, if I throw a single grenade and it catches that middle one, both of those other ones are gone. But I might be wrong. These players are much better than I am, so maybe it's a strategy I just don't know about, or I'm just too dumb to understand.
You see, if you hit it exactly at 19.7
seconds left.
angle, 3 feet away from center beam, you're allowed to have
Attackers bomb.
5
Ooh.
pixels
10
of
seconds to
perfect
go.
placement.
We
Otherwise
saw
you're
the
dead.
Fenrir gas coming in there.
It is nice to finally see the utility be used, but I don't even think it was necessary.
That was a much cleaner round than we had last time.
I think they saw what Tamusa was going to do. They're like, we're just not going to let that happen again. We have the tools to stop them. We have the gunplay to contest them. As long as we keep up this steady momentum, we'll be able to keep them away from sight and be able to secure this victory.
Yeah, it's really nice because personally, this is my opinion. I think in terms of skill level, both teams are very close in terms of gunplay and just accuracy and gun skill.
Defenders,
It's
protect
all
your bombs
boiling
from being
down to
defused
how
by
well the
attackers.
teams work together and the strategy that they're employing. Like it looks here, we have almost the same strategy, but instead of a Cade, we have a Vigil. And I'm
And
wondering,
we have Bandit back.
I'm wondering what the Vigil strategy here is gonna be, because Vigil is
Is this
kind
the
of.
first time Vigil has been played in competitive for the season so far?
I don't think so. I think I've seen Vigil a few other times, and Vigil's usually a roamer, so I think they might be trying to counter the
10 seconds
like
left
kind of the
before
four-pronged
insertion.
attack that we saw last time. So
He must be
5
very
seconds
confident in
left.
his gunplay, but if he can pull it off, he's going to make defense so easy once they come back.
Attackers must locate
and
and
he's
defuse the
not
bombs.
he's not using the boss G. He's not using the boss cog, and that makes me a little sad.
Interesting. I mean, that is kind of the cheese strategy, but
I mean, you only have to hit him once.
true. And what do we know about Vigil? He's all cheese.
Yeah, anytime I see a Vigil in any match that I'm playing, I always just assume that there's going to be a spawn peek. And it looks like we're going to see that Thatcher Thermite combo here. Can we get the bandit trick off?
He's placing it. He should be a good bandit trick.
Yep,
And it
he
works.
got it. Ooh, but they get one open as they have an ace as well. Not able to bandit trick twice.
Attackers have located
Just
a
didn't have
bomb.
enough time.
Yeah, but in terms of which one I'd rather go off, I would
Oh,
rather have the
absolutely,
ace
the
go
ace
off than
shard.
the thermite.
What do you mean you don't want 20 kilograms? 20 kilograms is a reasonable plastic explosive thrown onto a wall to go
It's
off.
thermite. That's his name, thermite.
You said the name of the movie.
Roll credits.
But it
Okay.
seems like although they do have access onto, vision onto site, it seems like they're still going to play very, very cautiously here.
Yep. Ace is really cautious about this site, and I'm. Ooh, wait, hold on. Only
Attackers dropped the
man is
diffuser.
holding site right now, with Icy being a proxy on the side there.
they-
Marky is on first floor on cams.
If they really wanted to, Tamusa could just rush site with all 5 members.
Yeah, but I don't think they don't have the information, so they don't know where everyone is the thing.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
So, oh,
If
and they have to
They
return.
grabbed the diffuser. They dropped it previously when setting up for the charges.
Yeah. If Tamusa decides to push into, I think it's B, I think that would be game over for the Vandals right now if that happened. Unless the Vandals have a good. Ooh, Akito finds Atlas.
All you had to do was say something, and it was gonna happen.
Yeah, but yeah, it's B. If they push into B, all they have to do is take out Man, and they have a pretty solid foothold here. And just like that, there goes Man.
Oh man. It looks like
Marky coming in
used
for the
that
retake.
The bomb diffuser.
Marky finding Rookie. Might be in line for a 4K here. Fighting with a pistol here. Oh, he's not looking the right way.
Remaining.
Oh,
He couldn't hear you.
he's
got his
AirPods
He's got his AirPods in. But he has 5 seconds to reach the site,
5 seconds to
and
go.
it is going. Please go for this sniper.
He's
Please go
got to
for
get past. He's got to get past.
He's not
Yep,
even
there it
going
is.
to
Operators,
go
you have
on
run
the
out of time.
side. Lame.
Icy was holding that angle for
I
a
was
considerable
waiting for
amount
the
of time.
side shot, but it does look like a timeout will be requested by Tamusa.
Yep.
I think they are trying to figure out some way to break through this seemingly impenetrable defense setup. Is there any way you could think of that could make it easier on them for this?
Information. They got to have a way to gather information on where some of the players are, whether that be something like, I don't think a Lion would work on the Vandals team.
They're too well versed to be able to fall for something of that
Well,
level.
most of us aren't moving half the time.
Yeah,
We're
'cause it's all about
basically just
that
holding
angle
angles.
once you have your reinforcements and utility set up, so it makes sense that Lion would not be exactly effective.
A Deimos would work really well. Honestly, I think even like something like a Ram would work really well. I think his name is Sona, the one who has a light barrier. Sona would work pretty well just in dividing that site to the point where they could get some kind of foothold and attack from there.
Then work on one half and then go for the other.
Yeah. The Monty player is not here. The Monty player was one of the players that did not end
Your
up
fears
in
were
today.
unjustified.
They were unfounded, apparently, and maybe
hopefully that player is okay though.
yeah,
There's been
maybe
a
that's
couple of
why we
injuries
didn't go
so
with the
far.
Monty ban.
There's been a couple of injuries to the series so far. No allegations.
But yeah, I think if Jackal wasn't banned, the Vandals would be in trouble. I think.
Because Jackal would be too, like, out of all the characters for information-wise to really use, although Jackal isn't used specifically for that, Jackal can make the most out of it.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
But
bombs
it does look
as
like
they
the
can.
timeout will be over as we are getting set up into the defenses. I wonder what type of shenanigans are going to come out of from Tamusa in order to overcome this obstacle.
Well, now I'm a little concerned because we have no electrical defense here. So, based off of what I've seen from Tamusa,
Bomb located
they're
by
going to
attackers.
destroy every hard wall that they can see, and it's going to be a real problem for the Vandals. We have
10
a
seconds
Vigil, a
left.
Castle, a Jaeger, Legion, and Wamai.
5
They have
seconds to go.
nothing to defend against any kind of hard breaches.
Which they do have.
Attackers' objective is to defuse a bomb.
Yes, so they have an ace. I think Dokkaebi actually gets hard breaches in her gadget, but they're just the little square ones. And
For minor hard walls, yeah.
Thermite is a bit of a wasted pick in this scenario, as there's nothing really for him to disable other than... does Jaeger's... I don't actually know if Jaeger's ability works on Thatcher.
I do
So
not
yeah,
believe so.
I don't think there's anything for Thatcher to use here. So I think they kind of cornered themselves, but they didn't swap out the operator, which is interesting.
I mean, even if you can't use Thatcher's gadget, his guns are still decent enough to keep him as a good pick.
Yeah.
Question though is, if they have all these hard breaches, how is UI?
Yep, and it looks like Tamusa is going to try and make a push for E, it looks like, as they have a pretty good angle into that area. They're really hesitant about entering the building with the current situation. I'm not seeing a whole lot of information gathering from them, which I think there's just not time to do so. Because like we see here, Atlas is looking for a way to kind of pin down the Vandals or find a way in, but I don't think he has the information on where anyone is to confidently go in without trying to just
And the thing is, if
throw his
none
life
of
away.
them go in, they'll never get this information. It's going to end up being another... They're going to be rushed by the clock that has to smash it.
Yep. With only about a minute left on the clock, there have been no deaths, no damage has been done, but the first Dokkaebi goes off, and we might see something here. Oh,
He
but
did not
Redneck
even-
finds the first kill with a headshot on Chan. Next one on Icy. Oh, we are getting slaughtered out here.
They bought time, but it won't be and time.
Aquino is
Getting flanked by all 3 members of Musa in that area.
that was just a sudden and devastating attack from Tamusa over here.
Redneck was super effective there. He was like, I'm sick and tired of the boring part. Let's go in. We'll get something done here. And it worked out really well in his favor. I think Tamusa is playing really, really aggressive characters, but not falling upon their potential, which is causing such a fragmentation of their strategy.
Yeah, Tamusa has been playing very cautious so far, and with a 4-2 split, this is actually this is still very winnable. I would say that this map is pretty equal when it comes to attacker-defenders, but I think this is one of my favorite maps to be an attacker on.
Defenders,
Just
protect
because
your bombs
there's-
from being defused by attackers.
There's so many soft walls, oh my gosh.
The wall bangs go crazy on this map.
Yeah, there is, oh, there we go. There's so many angles that you can come at, and it creates such a chaotic environment, especially if you're on top floor. Basement is its own special hell. I'll say that. It's its own special hell.
It is a separate dimension of which all agony originates from and spreads away out of.
Because you have like 5 or 6 different ways that the attackers can come from. You have like 3
10 seconds
hatches,
left.
you have tunnel, and 2 stairs.
What are you going to do?
That's a nightmare
5
to defend
seconds to go.
against. And tunnel is
best
kind of a
of
death sentence for attackers unless you get like Monty
Attackers'
or
objective
something.
is to locate a bomb
Something
and
to push
defuse it.
in. Because holding that angle as a defender is the easiest thing in the world. Because there's so much
And
open
setting up a
space.
trap is even easier. Like an ash mat or a claymore. Although those are to be expected. Sometimes the old ways are best.
I'm about to eat my words because Buck is going straight into that tunnel.
I don't think they placed really much over there, did they?
We have reinforcements going in. Halacona and Atlas. Wait, no, Redescenic and Atlas might have to deal with Aquino here in a moment. But we do have Chan with the Monty coming in. Oh, please tell me we have a teammate with Monty.
Come on.
Why do
Monty
we
can
not?
buy you so much space. You just need someone who can use it. Come on, Icy. We need you there.
A lonely Monty is a dead Monty, so this will be interesting to see what happens. I think they're going for Icy to flank whoever
located by
Chan
attackers.
pings. There's a lot of foot space that he has to watch out for. He has to be really careful with his limitations.
Because if he goes down, the entire lynch, he's kind of the linchpin here of buying space.
Bit of a miscommunication there on what gadgets were being placed. Oh, so close. Almost got the headshot there on, I think it was Atlas. But that Monty has the has the attention of the entire Tamusa team right now.
They're like, what are they doing? It does
And
look like Nova is going to get
there
the
we
keynote
go.
from a
Nova
side roam.
protecting Monty's back. Oh, wait, no. That was Nova killing Aquino. That's bad. Never mind. I got my
Not
team
good
mixed
for
up.
us. as a matter of
Redescenic
fact.
finds Marky. Man is in trouble here, and it is all down to Monty. Yeah.
Monty is the only one left, but it does look like Tamusa is going to get a flawless. It seems like they're starting to hit their hitting their stride, starting to be able to make their strategies pull off. I think the timeout has actually done something for them because clearly something's working.
Yep, they had some kind of re-strategizing or something clicked. And all of a sudden they are doing loads better than what we saw in their attacking phase. Personally, I don't know what the Vandals were planning there. The Monty was a little confused.
Monty by himself, Icy approaching from the side, Aquino getting caught out. There's just a couple of really odd decisions, we'll say.
I think we could chalk it up to just a
Attackers
slight
need to locate and
miscommunication
defuse
between
as
the
many
Vandals,
bombs as they
which
can.
happens to the best of us, so which happen to be those guys right there. So it'll be interesting to see if we can maybe improve on that or get a different
Attackers
strategy.
have
We don't have a
located a
Monty
bomb.
coming in now, but we do have a load of breaching equipment. With the Thatcher Thermite combo, we have an Ash coming in, Nomad, and Grim. Personally, I have not used Grim a whole lot. so I think he's mostly just area denial.
10 seconds to insertion.
Thermite Thatcher's classic. I'm expecting Ash to
5
probably
seconds to go.
follow the Thermite Thatcher just to get soft walls out of the way.
Attacker's objective is to defuse
would
a
make
bomb.
Oh, we have a switch from Grim to Capitao, and
At the
Aquino.
last second.
Yeah, Aquino going into Grim, I think it was. Wait. I think that's a visual bug. Yep. I think it says he's switching, but he's not.
I think he tried to do it too late.
Yep. Well, no, it says he switched to Grim, but we also had to switch to Capitao. Wait a second, isn't only one operator allowed to switch? Wait a second. I think I'm just going on outdated information because that's how it used to be, but it's not anymore. And Icy finds the first kill of the round on Nova, and we are seeing that Thatcher Thermite combo happening right now. And ooh, we are seeing I think his name is Tide. Yeah, Tide. Tide's gadget is coming in for the first time in what I've seen, at least. But ultimately, we did get that Thatcher hole, or not the Thermite hole open.
Which is going to. I kind of forgot that the Vandals had swapped to the offensive side after the seventh round.
Yeah, it's a bit of a jerk in the head. Not a whole lot of movement happening right now. We're just gathering information. Reticenic is holding that stair angle, waiting for anyone to come through that Thermite hole. But Chan will find Palatona. Ooh, and Chan will find the rookie 10, but Reticenic is holding that angle with the SMG-11.
Chan single-handedly putting the odds in the favor of the Vandals. They have a minute to fully get onto site and figure out what's going on here.
Yep, and we're going to get another Thermite hole into the other site. There it is. Ooh, Reticenic is in trouble here. He is pinned down and goes down.
Which is all we need. That leaves only one left to defend site.
Only
And
Atlas with
they are
the
down
Solus.
on the bottom floor still.
Ooh!
Good prediction though by Atlas.
And that's where
Attackers recover
Solus
the diffuser.
shines.
15 seconds to go.
And we are placing diffuser on the table.
10 seconds left. Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser.
And he's going to try and get any kind of damage, but he does not have the ability to. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Can he win this gunfight? He's going to have a split second to react, and he does not see it in time, so the Vandals will take this round.
It seems like their entire goal was to get on site and then turn it back into defense, surprisingly, despite playing as the attackers.
Yep. And surprisingly, the attackers do a pretty good job of that. Once you have enough sightlines open up in sight, it gets pretty messy. But now with a 5-3 split, this is still a pretty close game. And there's still a good chance that we might go into overtime here. Wow. 10-5 for Marquis.
Marquis sharing a popping off today.
Yeah. We saw, I think it was Chan at the
Defenders,
top of the
protect your
leaderboard
bombs from
before,
being
but now
defused by
Marquis has
attackers.
taken that throne. And alright, so let's take a look here. So we have a Mute, a Solus, a Cade, a Castle, and a Doc.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
I think we know what to expect from Solus. Atlas is the roamer, and he's going to just be doing vertical execution. Mute, I think he's going to be the anti-Thermite, anti-Thatcher. Castle is doing castle things. Cade is just electrifying. And then Doc, I think, is either going to be
10 seconds
anchoring
left before
or
insertion.
roaming.
I would figure he'd be in the position of anchor. That way he
5
can move
seconds
where
left.
he needs to be when the fighting breaks out in case any of his teammates get injured.
Attackers' objective is to
Yeah,
defuse a bomb.
Doc is unironically a very good roamer. solely for the fact that he can heal himself and also a very good spawn peeker, which we almost saw a little bit of here. I remember in the, I guess it would be my heyday of playing R6, Doc was infamous for just being a spawn peeking monster. Just with his rate of fire and relatively low recoil, he was so good at just picking off those headshots. We are going to get that hole right into B site. Atlas and Nova are just slinking around in the first floor. I think Nova's actually in basement. Yep, Nova is in basement there. Probably was sighted by Aquino's drone, however.
The question is, can they make use of that information if
Ooh.
they're spotted?
Rookie 10 sniping Chan. Solus is just looking for anyone, just playing that defensive on the first floor. Redescenic is holding the same angle he always does. Aquino is going tunnel, probably looking for a way in. Oh, yep, he does know that, I think it was Nova is downstairs. Yep, he is waiting for anyone to come in. Might see a surprise attack here. Oh, yep, he saw the feet. He saw the feet.
He's getting ready for his play. He's not getting. Oh, never mind.
Aquino will win that firefight. But the rest of the Vandals are kind of in their own unique positions here. Some of them are in firefights like we see right here. Some of them are actually going into sight, as we see right here. But Man is going to take out Atlas and is putting significant pressure on the site and the defenders. We do have Diffuser on Thermite. Oh, I thought we had a trade there for a second. Ooh. Redescenic is once again proving to be a menace on those stairs, but is not enough for the Vandals. We didn't even get Diffuser down. That's surprising.
I mean, what else can you do in that type of situation?
Not much, really. We didn't exactly have control of a site. The site was kind of caught in the crossfire of where we wanted to be. So we had Redescenic out there on stairs, and then the Vandals were in construction, and we were just tossing bullets at each other through cache.
As long as they can keep that steady flow going through, nobody's going to make it through.
Yep, and it is now match point for the Vandals, with 6 and 3 being the current split.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
A
as
bit
many
of a
bombs
switch
as
up
they
in the
can.
lineup. We have a Ying, a Hibana, Nomad, Ash, and Monty coming in.
Do you think they're going to go with the Monty play again? Do you think they're going to have someone accompany him this time?
I sure hope so. I hope we learned something.
Monty, solo tunnel. Monty, solo tunnel.
A bit of a concerning lineup from Tamusa. I think they're going for the TDM meta of choosing operators that have very good guns.
Do you think they're going to focus on gunplay more than individual gadgets?
I don't know.
10 seconds left.
I'm expecting, since it's basement, they are hoping
5 seconds to insertion.
just win those gunfights that have been so decisive
Attackers
throughout
are
the
moving
game.
out to locate a bomb and defuse
Doc
it.
and Warden are particularly scary when it comes to doing exactly that.
Because they are both 3 armors.
Yeah, not Monty. Mozzie. Mozzie's gun is also a menace with just its rate of fire. He has
Isn't
the
it the highest
commando.
in the game?
The pepperoni, yes. He is currently using the commando, which is still a.
The ripperoni.
It could be the ripperoni, but I am a lover of the pepperoni. So, and we
Careful, Monty,
are.
there's-
That's it.
Monty is alone.
Yes, sir.
Once again.
Monty is alone.
I think they are just trying to use him for attention, maybe?
I think so too. I think they're trying to make it seem like they have a push coming from that direction to kind of scare Tamusa into focusing on Monty.
Well, we know at least 2 of them are facing.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Yeah, because Monty is also, unironically, a very good camera. He can just kind of...
He's a camera that can defend itself.
Yeah. He can kind of just walk into sight, like we're seeing here, ping where the enemies are, and just give the best call-outs.
Charge to his face.
He is planting. Oh my god. Is he actually going to get that off?
On this man.
And he will get it off. Wow. With 2 of the Tamusa players in sight, he manages to get the diffuser down. That is impressive, and it is not looking good for Tamusa here. This could be the end of this round right here.
We doubted the solo charge play, but he got it planned and information allowing Mark
Changing map.
try and get a solo sight.
Yep, only 15 seconds left, and it is all up to Marky. All he has to do is defend the diffuser, but he is not going to get it. I think that is...
respect
Defenders disabled
Oh.
the guts it takes to make
Defender
a
mission
play like
successful.
that.
That was an impressive retake from Tamusa. I'm not even mad about that.
Honestly,
that was really well played.
Good play.
Yeah, that was very, very good gunplay from both teams, but I think it was Redisenic that we saw that was getting
That
some...
was the main person who turned that play around.
Yeah, we got a couple of
His
flick
gunplay was
shots on those
fantastic.
stairs. Yeah, Marky with the 12 and 7, and Redisenic just barely beating him out with a 12 and 7.
In terms of gunplay, it seems like Redisenic is really on point this game.
Yeah. But overall, ignoring first place on the scoreboard, it's looking pretty even for
Defenders,
the rest of
protect
them.
your bombs from
I
being
agree.
defused by attackers.
It looks like we are running heavy again.
Yep, we have one of our standard lineups with the Thatcher Thermite combo with Capitao, Dokkaebi, and what is soon to be an Ash. As
Looks like they're making the hard breacher ace to go to Kebi.
Yep, Tamusa is going to be doing, I think, one of their similar strategies. Relatively similar lineup that we saw the Vandals doing, with the exception of Doc and Solus.
5 seconds left.
Yep, I think
Attackers'
we are
objective is to
seeing
locate a bomb and defuse it.
basically the same strategy of just electrifying those important walls and denying that entry.
But if they're able to get that entry point, it should be a good. We'll rush in, take the point over, kill everyone.
Yep. And I think we're going to see that electrified wall right there on our screen. It's going to be the first thing to be taken out here, unless the Vandals have a specific plan in mind.
They clearly see the battery is set up here. Nothing really to stop the drone getting inside quite just yet.
Yep, there we go.
Looks like they
And
do not know
Thermite
how
is
to do
in.
the bandit.
Well, we don't have a bandit on there. We have a Cade, and with Cade, fun fact, you can't do that with. It takes
Damn.
too long to arm his electric claws.
A bomb has been located.
Where?
There's a couple of comments I wish I could make right there. But let's see. Still a nice and slow. Icy has already found his way in sight, trying to get a wallbang there.
To the left, that would have been kill.
I'm gonna watch this later and be so mad he missed that shot.
We'll only show the stream for 2 hours just to make sure he gets the points.
Yep, I'll just clip that just so we can show him it. But Redisenic is taking out Marky, and Fenrir is in trouble here.
Drone's ready.
He's just trying to rush in to make sure he can finish off Redisenic before he revives. You know, it's like Icy will get rookie. Such a shame that we can only
Ooh, Icy with the triple kill.
Seems like this strategy is working well in his favor.
Yeah, Nova is in trouble with only 5 HP left, and he is stuck in sight at the moment as the Vandals are putting significant pressure on him. We might see an ace here, the Dokkaebi ace. Falcona is downstairs and in trouble with the Dokkaebi going
Attackers are
off.
activating the diffuser.
Ooh, Icy. Icy, look the other way, buddy. Look at the
Come
stairs.
on, Ice. You can't have this ace be stolen from you, brother.
Oh, you saw him. Oh, you saw him. Come
They're gonna let him
on.
take it.
Yeah!
Icy with a fantastic ace on the enemy team.
Getting the ace to win the first match. That is a fantastic way to end this first map. Nicely done, Icy. That's the kind of stuff I want to see.
We've been waiting all season for that. And it looks like we will be taking.
That's what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, baby. It looks like we will be taking a short break in between the matches, but some comments to have on those matches was, honestly, I thought the disparity would be larger. Tamusa is doing pretty decent in holding their ground against the Vandals.
Tamusa, the only team that has defeated Tamusa is, oh gosh, Sunny Canton, I think it was.
SUNY Canton?
Or SUNY Canton, Sunny Canton. But Sunny Canton was also the only team that's gotten a map win on us. So, but let's go ahead and take a look at those replays. Don't take our word for it, but take a look at some of the content that we got here. Some of the best moments from both the Vandals and Tamusa. And we are seeing Icy proving once again just being an absolute menace all over the place.
Him and Man have been absolutely going crazy thus far.
Yeah. Oh, that one kill.
But
Finding the feet.
despite Icy and Man's rather, we'll go flamboyantly extravagant gameplay, Reticle,
Take your time.
Reticenic.
That's
how we
there
go.
we go. I thought you were trying to
It's
say
been a long
reticle.
day, okay?
Yeah.
Reticenic has been proven to be quite a challenge for the Vandals, taking more unorthodox approaches to situations than what most players would go for.
I do believe Reticenic is the captain of the Tamusa team.
Well, it makes sense based off the way he is performing.
Yeah.
He clearly is seeing these fights and these objectives from an alternative perspective that is giving him insight into these plays that I think frankly give him an advantage.
Yeah. Oh, this is such a bad spot to be in for Reticenic. There's not much he could have done in that
But
situation.
there's not much he can do.
And Soulless.
We love the blind upward shotgun.
Yep.
Round after round after round. There's so many good plays from both sides here that it is difficult to understand which team is playing better, because I don't think you can objectively say that.
That round where Monty got the diffuser down
Was kind of an odd show.
That was so. This is so strange. First of all, the fact that Monty got that plant down, and second, the fact that Tamusa managed to retake after all of that is insane.
Because I also know they managed to get first pick off in that fight, and then Tamusa's like, you know what? I don't think I will.
Yeah, and Atlas getting that nasty flick on the stairway. And man, the fact that they were able to retake that, I'm still baffled. That's so impressive.
I agree. It was a difficult situation to say the least, and they managed to pull it around.
Yeah, and there's that
There's the clip. There's the clip. We're going to show it to you, IC. You can't hide from it.
Nope. And I think this is where we see Icy's ace. Yep, we got that triple kill right there. We're about to see the quad kill coming in. Oh, and here is the moment we got the ace. Yep, right there. You
It is
love to see it.
fantastic to see the ace out in this situation. IC absolutely deserved it that round.
Yeah. But it looks like we are going to head to a quick break for our players while we get ready for map 2. So stay tuned as we get ready, and we will be excited to see you guys back here for map 2.
We'll see you guys shortly. Welcome back. We are here after the short break. We are about to get everything going for the second match. However, we would like to have a short little word from our sponsor, Monster, who has been such a great help for the program as well as for all the students on campus. Their drinks are tasty, they're delightful, and they keep us going through our long days. And we appreciate all of your hard work. Thank you.
Something not right with this can.
Yeah, that's because green screen. This is the third time this has happened.
Look at this. Look at this nice
The
monster.
Montague ban! We knew it was coming.
Okay, we do have the. Honestly, I don't even know why they're banning the Monty. Monty really wasn't used all that well.
Hey, he got onto site, did he not?
He did get on site, and he got plant once, and we didn't
that's
even
all
win.
you need. Look, it's not about winning or losing. It's about sending a message.
Yeah, Dokkaebi is getting some hate in this one. Dokkaebi was.
I mean, Icy was
used to
popping
good
off
effect.
with Dokkaebi, so it absolutely makes sense.
Cade.
Really?
They got the old man.
Wait, you're saying we've been waiting for this? Cade can finally retire.
He can finally
He's been in the service for 30 years.
Isn't he like canonically like 65 or something?
Yeah, he's like 65.
Yeah, he's like the oldest R6 operator in the entire game canonically.
Yeah. The current score is 1-0. University of Idaho favored. We're about to start the second set of matches between University of Idaho and Texas A&M University of San Antonio.
Yep. We are going into border. Why do we have?
I think that is a hint from production. We have another sponsor that we are very thankful for, Ziply Fiber Internet Services. They are a quick and simple option for students on campus who get a special rate of $10 a month for reliable and steady internet. They help keep us on top of our projects. They make sure everything runs around here, and we greatly appreciate their service.
Anyways, back to the game that we are in the middle of a prep phase for. I was going to provide some commentary on what's happening, but now I don't know what's
we're
happening.
Secondary, man. We're
so
secondary.
let's take a look around the map and see if we can piece together what this strategy is going to be. So we are we're on first floor, and we are currently just reinforcing the hell out of everything.
As per usual.
Yep. We have some rotate holes put into A, and all of the major walls have been reinforced, preventing any kind of push in through, I think it's boiler room, I think it's called. But, ooh, we have a blitz. I'm scared.
You think they're going to go for a very aggressive rush? They are all grouped together for this.
They're giving Blitz a bomb, and that's nerve-wracking.
That is a terrifying proposition.
Here, let me give the guy that is going to sprint straight into enemy lines the bomb. I really hope they're smart with this, because this
Can they
can go
throw a
bad
C4 charge?
very quickly.
No, they can't. But that'd be funny.
Doesn't look like they have any breach utility.
It'd be a shame if they're like, oh yeah, we're all ready for this, we're going to have this great place set up, and they don't have any breachers.
Yeah, but it looks like Blitz is currently planting the diffuser. And, ooh, but he gets denied by Icy.
Icy's prediction for the smoke plays massive here.
All right, let's play a game. How many kills do you think Icy's going to get before he dies?
3.
He's currently at 6.
3.
3. So you've already lost. I think he's going to get one more kill.
I know.
What?
3.
Okay. But currently, it looks like Tamusa is going to be restructuring where they're pushing from. We're seeing a Glaz. Interesting. Aquino taken out by Glaz. Chan finds Nova. And Rookie 10 has to find a way into sight.
The thing is, if the entirety of the Vandals just lock down site, diffusers there, and it's the actual bomb site, I think Tamus is in a very bad position here as long as the Vandals are able to keep control of these angles.
Yep, we have pretty good control of our sites right now. It will be a bit of a challenge for a Thatcher and a Ying to take place. I think Ying still has one of her. Ooh, but she manages to grab. Icy got one.
2 more. 2 more and I'm right. 2 more and I'm right. 3. I'm telling you.
Well, he's currently on, if we're including the last round, or like the last game, he is currently on 7 kills without dying. If we're including that ace. So
3 for W or win.
3
Because
for
that's what
W.
Icy does. Icy wins.
Yeah, Chan and Icy single-handedly taking out the entire team. I don't know what my tongue
Take
just
your
did.
time and just say it. Yeah.
Shut up. I am so tired.
You know what really helps with tiredness?
What?
Monster energy drink.
I have already chugged one. I will chug another.
New quote.
Defenders, protect
The
your
world
bombs
shall
from being
regret
defused by
giving me the
attackers.
power of monster energy.
But Monster will not.
Oh no, they actively encourage it.
Yes.
And that is why we love them.
Best sponsor out there. And now we're seeing, this is Armory and Locker site. This is personally my favorite one to defend on this particular map.
Bombs
Just
located
because
by attackers.
it's really, really fun to play this map with Cav.
I like that, if I recall correctly, monsters aren't
10
tanky,
seconds
are
to
they?
insertion.
No, they are not.
So you have these giant walls, and you have
5
these
seconds
deaths that can be shot through.
Pretty much.
But the tiny little lockers is
Attackers
a
are moving
perfect
to defuse
defense
the bomb.
mechanism of bullets.
Yeah, I
That's
think
the best part
anything,
about lockers.
anything that is metal in this game, you can't shoot through.
Except the enemy.
Well, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Like
That is
Monty,
true.
for example, and Blitz. But
Well, that's more because they just absorb the bullets more than anything. They
Yeah.
will break. They cannot
looks like
stop
we
the
are
bullets.
prepping for a bandit trick here.
That was a
Okay,
fantastic
Aquino.
Pete. My lord,
Defender is
Aquino.
exposed.
Aquino gets the cheeky outside kill. Will he get another?
He's taking a bit of damage, but look, 70 HP for a double kill off spawn. I take it. Take
Yeah,
that deal.
I'd
take that deal. Jinx, you owe me a
And
Coke.
Aquino gets a second one.
Defender
Hey,
is
Icy,
exposed.
remember, you just got to for 2 more Icy. You gotta help me win the
Defender
bet.
has been
All
discovered.
right, Vandals, we're getting a little bit
little
too,
cocky.
a little bit too overconfident here.
Look, this goose is pretty silly. It might get even kind of wacky at this point.
We are approaching too much silly right now.
We have reached the quota on.
Yes,
Please watch.
please. We're not going to
Let me go
throwing.
home to my family.
But Palicona and Rookie 10 are in. What is happening here? Oh.
Chan is. He's plugging the school! Let's go!
I'm so happy we got that on camera. That's amazing. But Rookie
If anybody's got
is-
us, Chan's got us.
Yo, Chan, he understands the assignment. What are we doing?
Are they
Guys.
just trying to BM? What is going on?
They're playing mind games right now. They're going outside.
Who are they playing it against?
I don't know.
Is it against us? Are we the enemy now?
I don't know. Maybe they heard some of the comments that I said last time.
I
They weren't-
like you will not.
They
show me
weren't
that
too happy
headshot.
about my Monty comments.
What do you mean we sent Monty alone? That's what Monty does best. Shut up.
Defender is exposed.
Aquino with a quad kill outside.
Aquino, this
Are we
is
gonna get
not.
Are we gonna get an outside ace from Aquino here?
This is not how. Okay, there we go. This is not how you play competitive.
Man, he stole the ace. Garbage game.
Yeah.
I will say that has been the most entertaining round I have gotten to Shoutcast
Because
in a
that-
while.
That kind of play just doesn't happen. Like I think it's the way that this map is set up makes it so easy for Aquino to do things like that and get away with it.
but
Because he
nobody
can.
expects it.
Yeah, it takes like a half second to a second for him to be detected outside. So when he just whips around and peeks, they have to be anticipating it or hear him, which they can't on those long hallways.
I think
so.
the sheer silliness and unexpected nature of that play just completely threw Tamusa off their game. And then the Vandals are like, we can still continue to be goofy for this round.
Defenders, protect your bombs. from being
But
defused
I
by
think the
attackers.
Vandals are in a very good mindset right now, especially after a play like that. Morale has just gone way up, as if it wasn't already up. So
Big ups.
big ups right here. Let's see. What is the
Attackers have
site
located a
here?
bomb.
We are currently on first floor in, I think it's called Wood Shop, I think, or construction? Workshop, not Wood Shop. Thank you.
I mean, there's plenty of both in there, so.
This is
You're
a bit
close
of an interesting pick. If we
seconds
didn't
to go.
have a Monty ban here, then I think we'd be in a lot of trouble because Monty can just
5
hop
seconds
through
left
that
before
window
insertion.
right there.
If they just
And
pick
be in
Monty,
B-site.
we'll just pick Clash and we'll just stand in the
Attackers
window.
are heading out to defuse a bomb.
No, wait a minute.
I have yet to see a Clash
Monty
pick.
matchup.
No, just a Clash pick in general. Like, I have not seen one in any ECAC matches yet.
That is where you're wrong. We saw Clash during the first week in Cafe Dostoevsky.
We did?
We did.
Maybe I'm
They kept on going through bakery, and then they kept on getting killed.
I don't know, man. I'm like a goldfish over here.
Or what?
Huh?
Huh?
Anyways,
Welcome to college, folks.
let's see. Nothing much has transpired so far. Redisenic is trying to get through that door right there. Ooh, but these castle walls might actually be a detriment here in a second, as Fuse goes right through them. Marky finding Redisenic.
The thing to be hopeful for is, look, it's been a couple of minutes. Aquino hasn't jumped out of the wall yet. That is
That's why
something-
we're not winning.
Exactly. No, like, unironically, it is good to have some patience.
At this point, I'm tempted to say, we're not winning. Aquino, go jump out a window, see what happens.
Question: they all spawn from the same location.
No, there are 3 different spawn points on each map.
I was gonna say, if you really want to get wacky with it, Nova did manage to take down Shan. If you really want to get wacky with it,
And
just,
there goes Aquino.
just go straight for the spawn point. 5v5, turn it into Call of Duty for a second.
Yeah, that almost never works, sadly.
Well, yeah, it's because you don't know where they're spawning.
Well, you know,
Right.
the general spawn points.
It could be wacky.
It would be pretty goofy if I do say so myself.
There's no way it could get even goofier than this.
Well, it just did, as Nova finds Icy.
Nova is doing very well this round. Currently with a double kill, taking down AC and Chan.
The Vandals are starting to struggle a bit.
I mean, I wouldn't discount Man at this moment. Speaking of the devil, he does take down Rookie. Nova getting a triple here on Man. Can he get a quadra here?
It is all up to Marky here. He knows it, but Nova was waiting
will
for him.
Get the quadra kill against University of Idaho. Hello. Dead.
That is a tough site to defend, and we just could not hold on to it.
Which makes me question why they chose that one in the first place. It's very difficult to defend that area with the operators they had chosen.
Yeah, a lot of the sites in this, I think actually almost every single site in this map has a direct window to the outside.
Which makes it very much attacker-sided.
I would say it is very attacker-sided, but...
Because all you need is, like, someone who can initiate a fight sequence, some decent disruption, and you can just basically take over the site within a couple of seconds.
Yeah, like we saw that Blitz coming through. Blitz coming through that window can provide such a good
Attackers need
disruption
to
to
locate and
everything
defuse
that
bomb.
it can really turn the tide of the advantage in the match. We saw that Blitz was immediately countered with all those all the utility placed down and all the different angles that we had. His shield just could not protect him.
And as such, it's just not quite enough.
Yeah. And if you can get that diffuser down, you can put it right there in front of the window, and from there, you can just play from outside.
Which is, like, not to put it lightly, an
Left
means
before
that is an
insertion.
ungodly advantage.
Yes.
5 seconds to go.
But it does look like they are
Attackers are heading out to
swapping
defuse a
locations,
bomb.
which seems like the right way to do it.
Yeah, bathroom tellers are... They're all right. They're not my favorite site. They're not
It's not
particularly...
lockers.
It's the kind of thing where if you lose that foothold, good luck on getting it back, because oh my gosh, is retake so hard on that site.
Well, yeah, but that's kind of like the drawback. Like, it's a great place to defend, but once you lose it, it's hard to take back. Like that's the trait.
Yeah. Just, don't lose. It's that easy. Just don't lose.
Have you ever tried just not losing?
Have you tried?
Wonders.
Have you tried hitting your shots? That might help.
Have you tried punching it really, really hard?
I realized my camera was not on. Like you guys can't see, but I was looking at Overlord here. I was not talking about the Vandals or the Musa. They would hit every shot against me because I'm a trash player. Warden might be in a bit of a
I'm
pickle
number
here.
2 in the world for real, for real. Shadow Figure doesn't even know how good I am at landing my shots.
True, I don't. Because I do not play with him.
I have played matches.
At least 2.
At least 2. There's the tutorial.
I did the tutorial, so I'm basically the best. But
Vandals, they got nothing on me.
there's a lot of just kind of shimmying around happening right now. Everyone's just kind of rotating slowly around, trying to find, like, you can see Wamai down there and Palicona. They're just kind of dancing around each other. No one's really sure where anyone is.
I mean, that was the
Wamai
first
doesn't
Vandals
even
did.
notice the ram going next to him, I don't think.
That might be
Ooh.
just like man will take down Palicona. But Nova will get from behind using that charge.
Not able to get the headshot off of Nova. That Nomad is proving to be particularly effective.
Attackers bomb diffuser has
I mean,
been dropped.
Nomad's always a difficult customer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kino, oh, Marquis does manage to take beat Rookie in that gunfight. And it will be 4-2, but both sides have roughly the same amount of health, so I'm sure it's...
I'm noticing that Castle has been used to great effect this entire session.
I mean, his gadget is really simple. It's always usable. It's super versatile. Like, it makes sense that you can use it pretty much at 100% efficiency every match.
Yep, and Icy manages to get the last Musa player.
You're the monster.
I had one.
You can have 1, 2, 3, 17.
No. Definitely don't have 17.
How
of them.
attached How attached are you to your heart? Just
Pretty
a quick
attached. Pretty attached.
question. Yeah, I can take it or leave
Yeah, kind of, very intrinsically attached to it. It's
Can't relate.
it's kind of going everywhere all through my body. If I didn't have it, I'd probably die. Probably. Anyways,
You'll never know unless you find out. Don't trust me. I'm not a doctor. I don't have a
Defenders, Protect
license.
your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Believe it or not,
Doctors
don't need a driver's license to operate in a hospital.
get pulled over. Don't worry, officer. I have my medical license right here.
Attackers have located a bomb.
I have a license to be cool.
We are currently on armory and lockers. I'm
A little gift from
expecting.
production.
I'm expecting Aquino to run outs again.
That is,
10 seconds left.
well, it would be kind of fun to see that again, but I don't
5
think
seconds
he'll
to
be
go.
able to pull it off.
No,
as effectively
no,
as
we're
before.
definitely
The
we're
enemy will be
100%
expecting
seeing it. He just prepped that
Attackers are heading
barricade.
out to defuse the bomb.
We're gonna see something disrespectful here in a moment.
We're gonna see some shenanigans.
Either Aquino is about to get slaughtered, or we're gonna see something just absolutely disrespectful.
Triple kill. Triple kill.
Nova is not safe, but it looks like Aquino won't find anyone for this because most
Everyone's on the other side of the map.
of yeah, basically everyone's on the exact opposite side.
Aquino's
of the
like,
map.
I've got this. They're gonna come to me. I'm gonna ambush them.
Staying far
Crickets.
away from Aquino is good for your health. And he
Yeah,
tried it.
Aquino was
he
gonna
could
go
not
for
get
some
it.
goofy.
Yep, that's just his jam. That's how we do.
That's jam.
Icy? Ace?
Icy's icy.
I don't know, man. You ever had like frozen peanut butter?
Because I'm not psychotic.
I was about to say, like, if you had, I'd be very surprised. But
Have you ever had a peanut butter icy? No.
okay, no, wait a minute.
No, don't
Wait a
even go
minute.
there. That does not sound appetizing.
That doesn't sound too bad.
You know, it also doesn't sound too bad. A normal icy.
You know what also doesn't sound too bad? Monster Energy. Their new Ultra Vice Guava flavor is pretty good if you ask me.
I am not the biggest monster connoisseur, but the occasional monster does.
Yep.
But it does look like Nova is going to take out Marky as Marky takes out Alicona.
I'm seeing a lot of roaming from the Vandals. Like,
I think they're getting
a lot of roaming.
They're like, it's been an hour. We got dinner in like 25 minutes. Let's wrap this up. It just goes absolutely crazy.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, we're seeing Marky was roaming, Aquino is roaming, roaming.
Changing mags!
No, we do not have Ronin in here. Wrong game.
Aquino's just running through the gunfire. What is going on here?
I'm seeing a lot of general chaos at the moment. Yeah, just switching between characters. We see, oh, everything's fine in sight. You switch over to Aquino, and it's just, I'm in hell. Help me,
There's
please.
bombs going off. Is that the Chupacabra?
Well, we have so many things are happening right now for Icy and was Aquino, but Reticenic is finding Icy while Chan takes out Nova. And I think Reticenic is currently in sight and has a bit of, yep, he does have control of that area. Rookie 10 is currently down. It is all up to Atlas. He's stuck. He can't get off diffuser, and yep, he is forced to get back up.
That was honestly pretty close. Both teams were down to one member. They were on bomb site. They had the opportunity, but if they were like 5 seconds faster, that might have just been Tamusa's win straight up.
Yeah, that was just a really bad spot to be in. Once the timer hits 0 and the attackers have defuse, if the defender is anywhere near that attacker, it's game over.
Yeah, because there just isn't enough time to swap to his primary.
Yep.
But it looks like we will be bringing out Buck here this round. That's going to be an interesting transition.
Yep.
And Malusi.
Wait, Malusi. Wait, did I see that wrong?
That was Malusi.
Attackers need to locate and
It is
defuse
Malusi. I was
bombs.
looking at Wilmai.
Bomb located
A
by attackers.
4-1 split on border. I wish I knew in advance what the map picks were, because I'm thinking that the clubhouse was our map pick then.
You think so? Because this has been the most map. This is the map we've been consistently playing on.
It's been Chalet actually.
Has it been Chalet?
Yeah, Chalet has been the most consistent one that we've played on. I think there's only been a handful of matches where we didn't play Chalet. It's been Chalet, Cafe Dostoevsky, as well as oh gosh,
5 seconds to go.
crap. What's the name? Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Yeah, I wish we'd see a little bit of like Layer or Night Haven Labs, or I don't know if there's like a rotation of maps for ECAC or what the deal is on that.
I would assume at least that the majority of maps would be choosable. I think the main reason people might not choose them is the difference between those maps and this one's is that they do not play quite the same. There's a lot of different strategies you can do on those maps that are.
Yeah, like take
I guess
take Night Haven Labs, or no, take Layer for example. Take Layer.
that one
Layer
is
is
such a
confusing.
because we did see that for one game, and we pretty much went into overtime for it.
Yeah, Layer is such a confusing map. There's just so many different
And it is
rooms.
so attacker-sided that it's just, oh, you got attacker first, you pretty much won as long as you can defend for one round.
When I played it, I couldn't tell which side it favored, because on either side I was still lost. So
Yeah, that
it,
definitely does
it
not help.
didn't exactly feel like it was for or against me. It was just,
It was there.
take a left. Oh, you're in the bomb site. But if you go down the hallway, you're suddenly 3 floors up.
I'm just trying to find the bathroom, man. The bathroom is one right. How did I get to the basement?
A lot of them are just like empty rooms. It feels very like backrooms-esque. It's just
too
awful.
much open space.
Yeah.
But that, I guess, is kind of the point of that map. Can we see man get the win here in that gunfight?
Aquino gets
will take
reticenic.
Reticent.
Are we gonna see Aquino go outside this time? I'm wondering.
Let's go, Aquino. Let's go.
Take a walk.
Go outside.
Touch grass.
That was my joke!
You gotta be quick at that.
Don't you even be like that to me.
Rookie 10 with a double
winning
kill.
the 2v1.
Not with the triple,
3v1.
sadly.
But Atlas will take down Aquino.
All hell has broken loose for both sides. It is now down to a 2v2. I think
45 seconds left on the clock.
both of the Tamusa team are upstairs trying to play this hatch. Buck is trying to get some verticality going here. That hatch is a death sentence. Don't do it. It never ends
Just
well.
show up behind him.
And apparently he got down just fine. But Nova takes out man. It is now just a 1v2 here. Can Mark
user on?
Marky, it's all up to you,
15
man.
seconds remaining.
Sorry, no,
Attackers
it's
are
all up to you,
activating the bomb
Marky, not
diffuser.
man.
Their names are
Defenders have located
remarkably
the diffuser.
similar that it makes it indeed a different than who you're talking about. Can we get a stun?
We might be able to.
Stealth defuse.
I don't think he
Stealth
knows.
defuse.
I don't think he knows.
Stealth defuse.
No!
No,
we were so
that was like what, a
close.
quarter of a second left?
He almost ninja diffused. What a legend.
Man was really trying to throw it back to the good old search and destroy days.
If he got that off, I would be so pissed as an attacker.
If he got that off, I think they would have just forfeited.
Well, I don't know about that one, but
Nah, that's straight disrespect.
He
Aquino
saw the
getting a triple
opportunity.
outside, dealable.
yeah,
Ninja
maybe if he had a
diffused.
smoke or something, then he could have truly ninja diffused. But
But then that would have drawn even more attention to him. They didn't know he was diffusing until even halfway through.
yeah, if only the diffuser wasn't so loud.
Yes. This bomb tool should be quiet. You're so right.
Yeah, it sounds like a breaker's just blowing a fuse every
Attackers
time
need
it
to
goes.
locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah. Oh, we have a Capcan. Vandals. We don't have a good history of Capcan, do we? Please,
Attackers have located a bomb.
please, check your corners. It would be funny, but also like, come on.
Look, someone's got to be the voice of chaos here. Have a defense comp that's just 5 trap users. Give me Ash, give me Capcan, give me everybody.
Hold on.
10
Okay,
seconds left
which
before
Vandal do you think is going to get hit by the EDD first?
5 seconds left before insertion.
I'm going to say Aquino.
You think it's gonna?
Aquino's been playing some
Attackers
run
are
and gun.
moving to
I'm going to
defuse
say
the bomb.
Aquino.
Aquino's not gonna check his corners. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Oh no, he's going to check his corners. He's not going to check his door frames.
Actually, I think you might be right. Can I take my guess now?
No.
No.
I have Aquino. He's my vote.
No.
You take your own vote.
No. How dare you?
With Audacity. Not sponsored.
Without us.
But the Vandals are going to go for a balcony push, it looks like. We might avoid the EDDs altogether by just pushing that reinforced wall. But
Is gonna get Aquino though.
we-
Haha! I win. Aquino couldn't even reach them first before we got killed.
Okay, but you had a vote on Icy, so we'll see if we're both
said
wrong.
Marky.
Oh, did you say Marky? Okay.
I said Marky.
My bad, my bad. We'll see if we can
Who's
get
it?
it here.
One more memory to go for say who?
What?
I know I messed it up.
Just confused.
I was saying you have bad memory.
Yeah, I do.
The goldfish comment about 35 minutes ago.
What goldfish comment?
Exactly. This guy. But despite having lost Aquino early on, it looks like Vandals are starting to make some progress towards site. He's on
Vandals,
the wall.
they're just trying to open up more lines of sight, and honestly, I think Ooh, Reticenic getting jammed, but he doesn't realize that man is right behind him. Alicona taking out Icy
These
through that
wall
peephole.
bangs are going absolutely nuts.
Ooh, man with the double kill.
Can he bring March to that? Or is he gonna get ran down?
You were right.
I told you!
Bomb diffuser.
I think
Attackers
Marky was in
recovered the
fact
bomb
taken
diffuser.
down by the EDT. But it is all up to Marky now. And Rookie 10 finds that last bullet on him.
That was a hectic round, to say the least.
Yeah. And Tamusa is currently catching up with, I think it's now 4-3. Yep, 4-3 right there.
I think the Vandals are really struggling attacker side on this map.
Yeah, I don't think it's exactly our strong point on this one. At least with the combined strategies between Tamusa's defense and our attack, honestly, I think we can do better in terms of team coordination. So there's definitely some things that we need to work on.
Different objectives at the same time, especially with between Aquino and Icy.
Yeah, I think that Monty ban is really hurting us right now.
Because Montague is such a perfect pick for this map.
Yeah, there's a lot of tight hallways like this.
And the enemy has access to Clash, which could be useful here, but I'm not really seeing it.
Attackers have located a bomb.
I don't know how effective Clash would be in this map. Clash, maybe behind like a murder hole in one of the soft walls. Clash would be pretty effective because her ability is that like shield taser, and that can go through a hole that you can see through. So,
Which is decent poke damage,
5 seconds
and
remaining.
you have a really solid defense.
yeah, and also it's like there's not a whole lot of long hallways that Clash can be utilized the most. So you kind of put yourself in a dangerous position because if anyone gets within melee range, you're done.
Yeah, Clash will always lose the melee.
Yep. Unless you're really good at switching to your secondary and
Doing the
spin-
rotate trick,
yeah, spin
coming
flicking.
back and going for the head tap.
Yeah.
But it does look like Aquino will get revenge on Redenick from the previous map. Aquino is like so aggressive. It's kind of what they're going to need for this round. Getting nice cover from Marky as they pull out.
And Ram coming in, getting that verticality in there.
Like that Atlas will get Marky. Really get Aquino as well. They'll be getting Man. Aquino getting Atlas. What is going on?
Whoa, what just happened? I feel like
What is
everyone
going
just died
on?
all of a sudden. I think we had someone die to a thorn bloom.
You think so?
I think it was Blitz
Attackers
that
have
died.
recovered the bomb diffuser.
And
Attackers dropped the bomb
Why
diffuser.
does he look up?
so confused right now.
I'm confused and I'm like, finals match.
That was just everyone was disoriented.
They started
in
off
that.
strong, but then it became bang, one person died, the next person would come out and shoot them, and it went like a rotating trade between all the players.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the strategy there was. What is that smoke skin? Is that a rat?
It's peak. Pretty sure that's a chinchilla, but it could be a rat.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because rats don't have like the chipped ears.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. So, but 4-4, they got a pretty decent comeback coming in.
That is
considering
true.
that we
But-
left the half with 4-1, wasn't it? Or was it 3-2?
I believe it was 4-1.
I think it was.
But
Attackers
keep in
need
mind
to
that
locate and
means
defuse as many
there
bombs
is
as
going
they
to be a
can.
second swap. And if that happens, the Vandals will be back in favor of the map, hypothetically.
Hypothetically,
Attackers have
hopefully the
located a
Vandals
bomb.
can hold down the fort and come in clutch with the 3 wins that we need. But
Against
we
the
still are
Breach.
up 1 game, so we could go into match 3.
We see your intent over there, production.
seconds to go.
But let's see. We are
But I do not
currently
blame
in a
them.
workshop. The workshop
5
site.
seconds to go.
We haven't seen a whole lot of good plays from the Vandals when it comes to this site. We
Attackers
almost
are
have that
moving
ninja
to defuse the
defuse,
bomb.
but
I
it
would
makes me
describe that as a
nervous.
good play.
Makes you what?
I would describe the Ninja Defuse as a good play. It almost worked out.
It almost worked out. It was just like a split second. So we're gonna do a balcony push here.
Drone is ready to go.
I'm questioning what the Vandal strategy is here.
Reload!
I think the strategy is to take out Ricky.
Well, we got that, so that's step 1 of the plan done.
Step 1.
Yes.
Step 2.
No,
Step
no.
3?
Atlas just took out Chan. It should be the other way
That's step 2.
around. Atlas.
Yes.
Step 2 is
Ridiculous.
Chan.
No. Yeah. Step 3.
Step 3.
Step 4, question mark. Step 5, profit.
On to the blast!
Vandals are playing top 4, probably looking to get into the hatches. Looks like it's only Nova, and I think that's Reticenic holding site.
Stay clear of the blast!
I mean, they only have 3 people left. 2 of them on site means Palicona is going to have to be very careful not to get caught out here.
Yeah. And
But it does look like Nova will take out Marquis. And Reticenic will take out Icy, turning the 4v3 into a 4v2.
2v3.
That is what I meant to say.
Indeed.
I can do math.
I cannot.
And if it wasn't for my rapid illiteracy, I would understand it. But it leaves just man to try and go for the 1v3 play. But I think they know where he is.
Gonna be an interesting play. I'm not sure how man is going to retake this. Gonna have to get a triple kill to win this.
Ease and elegance.
He does have bomb, so he does have a bit of an advantage here. But he
And
does
he
find
will
Nova,
get
so that's
Nova.
1.
They're holding over that angle though like a hawk, and Reticenic's getting into position to watch over sight.
Reticenic and Palicona being the only 2 left. Reticenic is probably the biggest
for
threat right
flank.
here. He is flanking. I don't think man knows where he is, but he might peek at just the right time. Hopefully he can win that gunfight, but nope, he just looks away. Ah.
Because the second he goes for Reticenic, Palicona can just run around and go after him.
Yep.
That was an unfortunate circumstance to be under.
And we have 1 more round until the switch. With
It
a
is rare to see
4v5.
a double switch in one of these matches.
Yeah, we haven't had a whole lot of teams that have brought us close to this kind of score. Usually
that's
it's
not
a
good.
either or. Uh-oh.
It looks like Icy does have to leave, putting the Vandals into a 4v5 for the rest of the match.
Oh, that's not good.
Depending on how this goes, it might be Jover.
Attackers need to locate and
Might
defuse as
be
many bombs
Jover.
as they can.
Or at least it might be map 3.
Because there is no balance system in place for lost players, is there?
No, not for ECAC. If one of your players DCs or leaves, then you just got to deal with it, or you got to forfeit. So
Which that's not something we're pro to do, I would assume.
no, it is not. Currently, our R6 team is undefeated, so we are in a really bad spot right now. We might lose that here, but it's
Yeah, but
all
even
up.
then, that still means we have a
10
very
seconds
good
left.
chance to qualify. So I don't think anyone else is gonna
Swapping mag.
5 seconds remaining.
We've defeated everyone else.
Stay clear.
Yeah,
There are
Attackers
only
must
3 teams
locate
that
and
we have not
defuse a
beat.
bomb.
and that's because we haven't gotten the fight.
Calibrating
Yes.
air compression.
Tamusa
coming
is
for
one
you.
of them.
Clear of blast zone.
So now I'm wondering what how that's going to change the Vandals' plans, because losing a player is
Especially Ice. Oh wait, no,
Yeah.
Icy's still here. It was Marky that left.
Yeah.
Apologies for the misinformation.
murky. This is going to be interesting. How the Vandals will adjust to this will determine whether we win or lose. not just this round, but this match. So
Because it will set the pace.
yeah, I'm curious on what's going to happen here. All of Samusa is just playing time right now and just watching cameras, trying to get information.
I mean, they're already inherently at an advantage just for being defender side. And then on top of that, they have the extra man. Crazy how this happened twice in weeks.
The Meridian.
Yeah. I'm still really nervous about what the Vandals are going to do.
I think they will have to play their hearts out. Have no choice.
That's for sure.
It does look like they do have vision
You don't even
from
take out the
Pelicona's
camera. Ay.
That's Marky's job. He's supposed to take up. There we go.
Yep, he remembered. It's just so quiet in the match. No one's quite making a move right now as the Vandals are slowly pushing in, gathering more information.
They know our one. Kino getting hit by the impact is not looking good for his health.
I
Here's an ETD.
Oh,
It is unfortunate, but 2 for 2 is not the worst. 2 for 3 is significantly better, though.
right now we're even. We have a bit of a disadvantage when it comes to health, but right now we're even in terms of play. Solus is playing downstairs, and that does concern me because I think Solus is doing the same thing that he's been doing this entire time.
Which is
Bomb located
rope
by
charge.
Which he has found someone.
Before when going onto.
Almost got the
side.
kill.
He sees the
Yep.
phone. Move.
Run away.
Oh wait, but that's a reinforced floor.
15 seconds remaining.
That one wasn't able to do anything.
Diffuser down.
10 seconds left.
Nova trying to man there.
5
Come
seconds
on, you need
remaining.
to place down. You need to place down.
What's gonna happen here? And yes, we do manage to find a spot to
He's
plant.
trying to shoot through the floor.
Attackers active.
His teammates are paying at him.
Oh my gosh.
But if this happens, no way can Atlas let this happen. No way can Atlas let this happen.
It's all up to Atlas right now.
3, 2, 1, 1, 1.
Oh, they know where he is now. Oh, they're
I
playing
don't think they're gonna allow
outside
him.
too.
I don't think they're gonna allow him even onto site because they've got that. Don't go for it. Don't go for it.
And there it is. Icy finds Atlas, bringing it back up to a 5-5.
Marky was sandbagging the whole time. Joking. But it looks like round 11. Is it time for the split? Or is that next round?
I think next round they go into a switch.
'Cause I thought it was every 5.
I thought it was 2. I'm not sure why they're not switching here. I think it might just be part of the round
Is it
system.
6?
Is it 6? I think it said that there was only one more round last round, but I might have misread it. So
Then yeah, I would assume we have received information. I'll split next round. This round one more? Okay. So 2 rounds before it's wide swap again.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs
well,
as they
let's
can.
hope that the Vandals can pull through with just 2 wins to get the
Well,
victory.
That means both sides would have to get 1 win for the side swap, and then it'll be match point, regardless.
Yeah.
Because you can't exactly go into overtime at this game.
I think the Vandals are statistically better at defense than we are attacking, but only by a small bit. So I'm hoping that we can maybe change that statistic here and now by getting the wins on attack.
I mean, they were able to do it once. That means they can do it
10
twice.
seconds left.
But
Attackers
they'll
have
have
discovered
to
the
continue
location
playing
of a
their
bomb.
hearts out. It's
5
not an
seconds left
enviable
before
position to
insertion.
be in.
Yeah,
Think of the magnetic
they
field
started
lucky
with
charm.
really high morale, and I think right
Attackers'
now they're
objective is to
in a
defuse a
bit
bomb.
of a kind of a crisis mode, as losing a player in this situation is not good for the psyche.
Not optimal.
Need to reload.
Very much not optimal. But, oh, we are seeing a clash pick.
I told you it would happen.
Uh,
No one ever expects the clash. Nobody ever expects the clash.
I do not like Clash. Clash is annoying. I think every Clash player...
You don't like the Brazilian woman yelling at you?
I think she's British.
Is she British?
Yeah. I think
both
she came out with Maverick, so yeah, that's British. But yeah, she's really annoying, and I think almost every player that I've met that played Clash in like standard and ranked has just been the most toxic player I've ever met.
As the most defining characteristic of the British, I'm definitely for it. They're definitely not known for being polite and refined.
I don't know about that, but where are the Vandals right now? They're
First floor,
slipping and sliding on the balcony right
and
now.
they're at exits. I'm not sure what they're necessarily going. Because they only have 40. They don't have exactly a whole lot of time to dawdle.
No, they do not. Really hoping that we don't get the same time constraint that we saw being so detrimental to Musa a few rounds ago. Man is gonna find... Ooh, the C4 getting Chan.
Clash shield making it so that Icy can't take it down.
Yeah.
And the backward shot from Reticenic again.
It's a 2v4.
They picked Clash for the cheese, and like we know we're ahead. I can block off an entire entrance.
Clash is just particularly good on this site too, because like you're seeing like Clash is denying the entry for the balcony entry, and that's a real big problem. And now it is all up to Icy, which he will find the headshot on Nova.
The question is, can we hit all three by himself?
We win these.
Surely we win those.
We win. Icy wins these. You got an ace, you can do it again. Oh, it's still only one person getting all the kills. But Warden is with a shotgun gun waiting.
He's gonna cheese through the doorway. Don't do it, Icy. Don't.
Oh.
Yes, Icy, go do it.
5 seconds left.
And
He tried.
Yep.
The Clash slow plus barbed wire was not doing him any favors.
Not at all.
But that leaves it on to potentially match point 4 to Musa.
This isn't good.
Don't say that. They need all of the support they can get right now.
I'm still supporting them. I'm just saying.
I'm
This
just
ain't
saying
good.
I'm pessimistic. They're picking Scopos and Clash. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I was about to
Swap.
say, I thought Scopus wasn't allowed in ECAC.
Yeah, she's too new, isn't she?
Yeah. Gotta have, I think, at least one season pass before the operator can be used in competitive, just for balancing reasons. Because most operators that come out need a little bit of balancing after extensive
What do
playtesting.
you mean? What do you mean?
Defenders
Scopos?
protect
for
your
example,
bombs from being
Clash.
defused by attackers.
Definitely wasn't
Clash
from...
was so much fun.
Clash was removed from the game like 3 or 4 times for balance reasons.
Look, I miss old Jonga. I like Kankakang.
The Chanky
Kankakang.
Gang. Hell yeah.
I'm sad that he has not been played, but it also makes sense that he has not been.
And I think Tamusa has discovered just how effective the Clash is on this map, so I have a feeling that we're going to see Clash shown
10 seconds remaining.
many more times.
Well, I
on this
think the
particular
reason,
map.
the real reason why is
5 seconds left.
it's
Bomb
just
located
such a
by
good
attackers.
gadget, and you already have a man pump.
Attacker's objective
Yeah.
is to defuse a bomb.
I guess with Clash, you don't have the same disadvantage as having one less gun in a gunfight, because you're already in a 4v5 situation.
You basically just close off an entrance
Yeah.
way.
You become a door for a little while.
No, you become no longer a door.
You become the wall.
And I am the wall.
I am the wall.
If only we had a censorship.
If only.
I mean, I would never say anything like that. Never ever.
They're making a push. Oh wait, no. Wait, hold on. This is
That's
Atlas. Never mind. I can't read.
Why is he running straight towards Red Aesthetic? How does he know he's there?
It's a PC check. PC check. Let's see. With a Ram, Blitz, Nomad, and a Ying.
I mean, they do have the potential to just kind of circumvent the Flash, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah. Looks like they were trying to see if Hatch was reinforced, and yes, it was.
Thank God for that shield, otherwise I'm pretty sure Chan would be dead right now.
Yeah. Oh, but it looks like he will be able to break through. Yep.
Stand by
Hatch
to witness
is
the
gone.
Question is, can they go through it, or will it be a death trap?
I think this entire building is
I'm reloading.
This building
you know
is
what?
Romer's
I
paradise
believe
here.
with you.
Lights on.
For one thing. That building will not stand up to permit code. You see
Yeah, maybe
how
'cause
thick these walls are?
Maybe because it's
They're
in the middle of an
clearly
active
not.
war zone.
Attackers are activating the diffuser.
Well, we do get diffuser down, so this is
You have
Rookie
Flash.
going down. Red Ascetic taking out Man.
We do have diffuser planted. I think we just had a stampede somewhere. I could hear the shouts from here. But diffuser is planted. They are going to have to hold on to it for dear life. Aquino
and
taking
Icy
one.
taking one
Icy
each.
taking another. No way they pull this back here. No way they pull this back here.
I believe. Take a Clash.
Yeah!
Get a Clash out of
Hey,
here.
just one more. Just keep them off the plant. Keep them off the plant.
Whoa, I don't know what that was.
Swapping to your secondary is always faster than reloading.
Attackers win.
Let's
Very
go.
nice. Very nice.
6-6. It is match point for either teams. It looks like we will not be having a swap.
We're stuck on attacking.
I mean, look, it's kind of working out, I guess.
Kind of. If we can do something like that again, absolutely.
I mean, it's happened twice out of 3. That's a 66%.
Yeah.
It is absolutely possible. They bring out Ace, Nomad, Ying. You think they're going to run him again?
I think so. They saw strategy.
Oh, they're
work.
running Zofia now.
Yeah. Impressive scoreboard. 14,
Defenders
10,
protect
11,
your
10,
bombs.
17, and 7.
17-7. Red Ascetic has been really good for the first map, but Bantam has been absolutely pivotal in the second match.
Yeah.
Swapping mags. Doorway trapped. Stay clear of blast zone.
You like what you're drinking there?
Reloading.
I think this is like the 4th monster I've ever had, and every time I do it, I feel good.
10 seconds left before insertion.
It's like I'm 13
seconds
again and actually have energy.
I'm noticing a lot of traps.
I think they're gonna really
Attackers are
hope
moving
that
out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Aquino's not gonna check the walls again.
Well, Mario was Marky that got hit by it.
True. Well, that's because Aquino didn't get the chance.
Yeah, Aquino caught a bullet a little too early.
Don't underestimate the oblivious nature of a gamer.
Gamers don't look up and we don't look down.
We look forward.
Yep.
And sometimes to the left, but never the right.
Only a little.
Maybe 15 degrees. You saw him. You saw him. No!
Oh.
I see how ruthless. How could you do this? You saw him. You saw his little handkerchief looking face.
Bring a drone.
But it does look like they don't have Clash this time, which...
No, they do.
Oh, do they have Clash?
Yeah, Pelican is on Clash.
Oh, you're absolutely correct. That's going to be fun to deal with in the 3v5.
I am so nervous for the Vandals right now.
If Aquino can get a decent enough like flank off, it could change the way this map plays out.
Yep.
I think the issue here is basically each one of them has to fight 2 on their own, which is not optimal.
Yeah, we have to win a lot. We have to win a lot of gunfights just to make it even.
Especially with Clash on the battlefield, which is just ugh.
Yeah.
If you catch my drift. But it is like Chan will get rookie. We are back to the one-man disadvantage. It looks like we do know where someone is. The question is whether or not Chan can get past them. Flash is taking care of control of it. We have Legion poisoning Aquino and Man.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Unfortunately, loses to Warden.
And Vlad take out Warden in time.
Yes, he can. They need to take out Flash what they can. Come on. Just like 2 more shots you can take on Atlas. 2 more decent shots.
40 seconds on the clock, 2v3. And Flash has proven to be a real problem.
It's just, I feel like there should be more counterplay, but they just don't have the manpower for it.
They don't, no.
No, Atlas is going to take down Chan, leaving only Aquino left in a 1v3. They know exactly where he's at, too. This is not good.
All up to Aquino, I believe.
He does have the
15
diffuser,
seconds
but
left.
they're going to rush him, I have no doubt.
10 seconds left.
Yep, it is all over.
5
Yeah.
seconds remaining. Attackers have located a bomb.
How was that? Not a headshot right there. Did
Operator,
you see
you are
that?
out of time.
I felt like maybe you shot like a half an inch to the left of the ear and half an inch to the right,
Yeah.
but that is...
But now we're on defense. You can
Yep.
see the Vandals are stressed right now. A lot of pressure on
This
their
is their last
shoulders.
chance to win this match, otherwise we will be going into a match 3.
Yep. I actually don't know if we can go into match 3 with only 4 players.
Will we be forced to surrender?
I don't know, but we might find out here.
I mean, yeah, that's a question to ask about.
Maybe so.
Because you never know. This could have been going to like 13 to 14.
Please, don't speak that into existence.
We're turning this into Rocket League, boys!
We're going into CS territory.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bomb.
But defense maybe should be a little bit easier considering the disadvantage. But their defense setup is going to get pristine.
Oh my gosh, we
Bomb
didn't ban
located by
Jackal.
attackers.
It's Jover.
We didn't ban Jackal. This.
I'm surprised. Ooh, do apologize. I'm
boy.
surprised we weren't using Jackal.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Why weren't we using Jackal?
I don't know. Because Jackal would have been super useful.
Yeah.
It does look like a
10
timeout
seconds
request has
remaining.
been submitted by the University of Idaho, but I don't know if it will happen.
5 seconds to insertion.
Maybe it will be after this one.
Because I think you have to win
Attackers
by
are
2
heading out to
in
defuse a
Siege,
bomb.
so it is match point for Tamusa.
Idaho will have to win 3 rounds.
We can do that. We got this.
I agree. It is just good. But isn't that the name of the game? Rainbow Difficult 6?
I don't know what package you're looking at, buddy.
I'm looking at the life pack.
Oh, we're gonna see Aquino do his thing again.
Look, 20% of the time it works 100% of the time.
I think Tamusa has learned.
About Aquino's more reckless habits.
Yeah, about Aquino and his technique outside, so that general area has been avoided.
But if Aquino can get a pick here, on create some verticality here.
Air jab in position.
Adding some bricks.
A lot of just tension happening. Everyone's just lining up for
It
getting
feels
their
like
sightlines in place.
it feels like Coyotes slowly circling in.
Yeah, I feel like we do a lot of circling in this.
Because every single inch taken cannot be reclaimed when you're a man down.
Yeah.
We are now protected.
But I mean, Nova's almost dead, which is a huge get something from it.
Yeah, minute and 20 left. Still plenty of time for anything to happen.
Icy
finds
does get
Phantom.
Nova. Turns out 26 was not enough.
True.
Popping a smoke grenade!
So
Popping
right.
bags!
And that Blitz might be in a bit of trouble here. As he enters. Oh, he's going to plant.
I mean, they're trading, which is all right now that they're.
Defenders
Surprised
have
that
eyes
didn't
on the
go- won't get him.
Attackers need to protect it.
Wait. They see you. They see you. They see you.
Oh, this is
Man
not
did
good.
not get the defuse off.
This isn't good.
Ah.
And
He
it
tried it,
is
but he just didn't
over.
have the HP to tank the rounds. It does look like Musa is going to win match 2, making it currently a 1-2-1.
Yep.
We will have to see how the Vandals proceed forward. We're not exactly familiar what happens if you're a man down. I mean, they might go ahead and continue the game if possible, I would assume.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. We'll have to wait and see for our players. But that match, good lord.
There was so many unexpected twists that game.
Yeah, very well fought. Very well fought from Tamusa. They fought tooth and nail for every inch of ground that they got. We had to really lock in for a lot of those, and with a man down too, we pulled back a lot better than I thought I would.
Yeah, like, it cannot be understated how difficult it is to play on a 5v5, let alone a 4v5 on attack for those rounds.
Yeah.
I wish we could have still had Marky for those, because I feel like we could have maybe had a different outcome. But it still goes to show that they have the skill to win in a 4v5 capacity, but Tamusa's defenses were just too solid.
Yep. And it looks like we have some replays here.
Yeah, Chan! Let's go!
The shameless plug in representing the school here.
Please, give us more subscribers.
Aquino.
But it is still cool to see some of these plays. Like,
Yeah, a
I
lot
could
of good rounds
never
here.
pull these off on my own skill.
Oh, absolutely not. I couldn't either.
That I could do. I can drop down the hatch and die, but
Very good at that, in fact.
But instant flicks from both sides, traps being used constantly, probably upwards of 75% accuracy rates. It's the level of skill is significantly higher than I would think most people can achieve to be this competent at Rainbow Six.
Yeah. And you can see why some of our players are referred to as in the top 3% of the world in Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
You can very clearly see that skill in some of the shots that we have here. Just very
This-
fast flicks, some impressive rotation, just general knowledge of the field, and almost a ninja diffuse. I would be so
the
happy
ninja
if we could get
diffuse would
that.
have made the difference.
It could have. It really could have.
As a lot of these are just like, for both teams actually, there's like instances where 2 seconds made the difference between victory and defeat.
Yeah. Some of it was
Especially for the
even less.
Yeah.
Just a split second. All it takes is just a slight deviation in aim, just by a half inch.
Darn you, Clash, for existing.
Screw Clash.
But I have to say, even if we don't continue from here, I am still rather proud of the Vandals for putting up the fight they did,
Oh yeah.
despite the obstacles increasingly difficult. What's the term I'm looking for?
Take your time.
I will. I've lost it. They have managed to persevere despite the odds, and that is something to always commend players for.
Yeah, they did a very good job. So we are going to get some more information on what exactly is going to happen, but for now, stay tuned. We're going to go to a quick break, and we will be back for maybe map 3. We'll see you soon.